Welcome to Daggers and Shadow Daddies.
We're your hosts, Ryan and Adriana.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Warning, this podcast contains explicit content.
Don't drop the soap, it's gonna get dirty.
It's all vibes and no facts.
Which one's the Shadow Daddy? The sexy one? Before diving into the book, you should all know that this podcast is all about facts and a billion spoilers.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely no facts, all vibes, and no spoilers. This is our first time reading Throne of Glass.
This is our first time reading anything.
No.
We just read the chapter titles and then we guess what happened.
This is truly our first book of the series, spoiler-free.
But it will be full of spoilers and we know everything. It's all
No.
facts.
Don't listen to him. Enjoy.
Or don't.
We're diving into our part 2. It's been a few days, and it's always kind of a bummer when we have it in our heads that we're going to record part 2 very quickly after the last one, so time has passed, energy can change.
Yes, the world is a different place than how we left it. Oh, it is.
We're not going to get into the
No.
details of the timing of the recording, but
Mr. President, they've hit the 22nd tower.
yeah, that type of energy has happened. We left off on chapter 36. We were pretty whiny. I was pretty whiny about the gift that he gave her. And I think that's what we were just getting into.
Oh, the dog and the chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chapter 36, we were down to 5 champions. There's 5 days left. And I think today is Yulemas in this chapter. We learned that Dorian was the one to give her the candy. I think he gave her like 3 pounds of it.
Like any good pervert. Doesn't have a van. Left you some candy. And like any good victim, she just ate it.
Well, he left it in her room, so I don't know if he snuck in there while she was sleeping.
Yeah, it'd be less creepy. Maybe she was just in the shower.
And it was also really vibrant red, like it stained her teeth all day.
Yeah.
Which was kind of sad and embarrassing because it sounded like she just didn't know better. She's never had candy. And so
She has had candy. She loves candy. I think she basically quoted Elf at one point. She's like, it's like the main food groups. Candy corns, candy canes.
Yeah, that was how she was. It's just like, just devoured.
She's like, I'm sorry, did you want some? He's like, well, I just thought you'd offer to share some. It took quite a lot to get 4 pounds of this stuff up in there, but sure, whatever.
But her teeth are stained all day.
Yeah.
And K.L. even made fun of her later. He's like, I wouldn't be laughing if I had a smile like that.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't give a fuck about you. I'm a goddamn assassin. No, look like I was chewing viscera. I think she's cool. Honestly, I found it super endearing. He gave 2 great presents.
You stand by that.
I do.
The puppy was good.
I think it is. I think it's not something in real life that we would like, but when we're reading these books, it's important for you to know that just because I like something in the book does not mean I want that for my reality.
Good. I've told you this a few times also.
I wonder where I just quoted that from. And that's where I think the dog kind of stands. Is it in reality a good gift? No. Do not surprise a partner with an animal. Anything that lives for more than 6 or 8 months.
Partner. He just is like, here, have this dog. You're not free, but here's your dog.
Don't surprise anybody with something that is a commitment for them to keep alive. That's a lot like being like, well, I just had this baby and you were holding it last week and you said how precious it was.
That would be insane.
You just take care of this for a few months. I'll be back. That would be very funny.
That would be insane. Selena kissed him on the cheek, and she was thinking about how he's not like the other boys and a good person despite his upbringing.
I'm not like the other boys. I'm rich. With purebred dogs. I like that she's semi-charmed by him. I know you don't. You're kind of upset with that.
I'm not charmed by him at all.
Yeah, and that's where I think you're probably going to end up being right.
I hope I am.
I hope you're not, because K-Hole is the worst.
I'm hoping...
If there's like a third individual that comes along, cool beans. I hope it's not her father figure. What?
Dorian's brother.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting he's got one of those.
But I don't know how old he is. If it's been told to us explicitly he's a little brother in high school, then no.
He's 14 years old. She takes one look at him and she's like, I'll grow the man I want.
No, gross.
Let me raise my husband.
Disgusting.
Well, that's what so many women are doing anyway, if you think about it.
It's just different ages.
Yeah, they pick one out at like 20 years old. They pick them out of their mom's basement and they're like, I'll fix this one. What the hell? Just building your own man. Like, oh, this is fine. I'll get him. I say that as somebody built brick by brick, Adri. You assembled this Lego masterpiece. You're welcome. Now you got to live with it.
Selena worries for Dorian and Kale going to the event because Nehemia will be there
And she's too sexy and she could be seducing them.
That was not her worry at
I think
that
it
time.
could be. I think she might have been.
Should have been a worry when it came to Dorian.
You're saying she showed up dressed like that and she wasn't like, oh, maybe I better up my game a little bit.
She hasn't seen Nehemia for days.
Yeah, but she remembers what she looks like. She's like, she has the capacity to be a honey trap. What is that? Honeypot.
Honeypot, yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it called? Like an op? A psyop? No, that has
That's
to do
a
with...
psychological operation is what a psyop is.
Yeah, that has to do with... like.
I mean, that kind of works, I guess. She could do that. She could socially engineer them. She's the one who planted the big-tittied lady that he could dance with there. She's like, you tits, get over there. Distract him. She's like, but what will I do? She's like, I've got a plan. Just jump around a little. Either he's going to be distracted because he likes the boobies, or he's going to be very situationally aware and prepared for an attack at any given point.
That was your theory last time.
I stand by it. It's honestly, you've never been just like out somewhere and somebody comes walking at you just boobedly. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're worried you're going to have to dodge him. Start pulling karate moves. Get your tits out of my eyes. You get him out of there. It's never happened to me either. But to the outside observer, they may see it as somebody fondling a stranger. However, to those of us in the know, you're just trying to defend yourself against what could be a threat.
What was that little cartoon meme?
Calm your tits.
Calm your tits. No.
That's exactly what it is. But you're over there just, wow, wow, wow. It's like the Matrix. You know what I'm talking about? Where he's fighting the bad guy and it's all, wah, 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 like bullet time. Yeah, it could be it.
No, it's not.
We
She
don't
was
know.
worried about Nehemia because she could be the master of a beast, and she's attending this.
Does the beast have huge tatties? Perhaps the beast is among us. The beast was the tits we saw along the way. That's how they keep getting these dudes killed in the hallway. They're not suspecting her.
They're just
She
like,
comes bouncing over. They don't know what's happening. She's got a knife in her hands. They never saw it coming.
It's like Medusa, but with
Just boobies.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would be a great villain.
Oh my god, that would actually be fantastic.
You should be that
That's
for
like-
Halloween next year. Just for me.
Well,
I want to go trick-or-treating at our house.
Of like, you know how like Poison Ivy is technically a bad guy, but her motivations are actually really good. She is trying to save all the plants.
Yeah, this is the whole Thanos wasn't wrong situation. But sure.
Well,
No,
I
we
was
can get
just
on board with
thinking, like,
genocide if it's for plants. All right.
That wasn't her.
Yeah.
What?
Humans are ruining plants.
Get rid of the humans?
Get rid of the humans so the plants can flourish. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what? Sure. I'll keep going with where
I
I'm
thought
going.
you might.
I think a Poison Ivy like character where, yeah, slash Medusa and men that get caught staring at your tits just turn to stone, and little by little.
Okay, how are all the women going to be moving around these fucking stone men everywhere? There's going to be like just a bunch of dudes and a handful of lesbians and some observant women turn to stone immediately. They're like, well, I wasn't like attracted to her. It was just my eyes were there. They're drawn. You'd be stoned. You kidding me? We go on Walmart. I don't notice things before you do most of the time. You're just like, whoa. Be aware, ladies. You're all going to be stoned in Adri's world. Only those that are safe are blind. That's crazy. I like that. Well done.
Well, it's not a great plan. It was just an idea. I was like,
What a great idea.
go somewhere with
I think you should write one of these books. The Big Titty Medusa Problem.
Do you think that Nehemia is... No, I think we talked last time and that you thought it was
Nehemia.
Carrington
Oh, yeah.
is the master of Cain.
Yeah, I think Periwinkle's heavily involved in that whole situation.
We also have Kale teases her about he would smile if his teeth...
No, he would.
Kale teases her that he wouldn't smile if his teeth were crimson like hers, and she questions if he likes her or is even attracted to her.
She heard that go, and she's like, I wonder if he wants to fuck me. What the hell? She's like, I mean, I put on all of his crimson teeth juice. How could he not be interested?
I think I was seeing it as more obvious that this is part of my Mr.
He's
Darcy.
just hitting on her through negging.
Oh my God, it is nagging.
Yes. And it's also, yes, that's definitely what's happening, but...
Fuck.
Oh no. If only he was her cousin, that would make it better.
Well, I was thinking it was like Mr. Darcy because she doesn't know that he likes her because he's so reserved.
He's not reserved.
He
does not reserve himself. He's an asshole. There's a big difference. He's not some quiet guy in the corner that refuses to speak to them.
And chapter 36 ends with him commenting how she isn't complaining much. And she's like, why would I be complaining? He's like, oh, because you're not invited to the party tonight.
She's like, what the fuck? Okay, can we go back just for a second?
Yes.
If she wanted to hit on K-Hole and he comments on her crimson mouth, what would be a good line for her to return?
I don't know.
Could have been your mouth last week, big dog.
Oh, ice cold.
What? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, well, because she was kissing on Dorian is how I took it.
Oh, no. Because she was on lady time.
Oh.
Getting on Vampire Diaries. I'm pretty sure that's what that show's about.
Oh.
I don't think I've seen that show, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Right?
Chapter 37. It sounded like she went to church. It was a very long...
She's Catholic.
Yeah, it reminded me of like a Catholic service.
I mean, technically Christians also do Christmas Eve church often.
And I think this is what it was. Is she fell asleep, but so did Kale.
Yeah, but she sat next to him in the pew, which I think was kind of cute.
Yeah, they sat together. She fell asleep on him. He fell asleep on her. And then he wakes up and then he's like, are you sleeping?
Drooled all over him, though.
Gross.
How did he avoid drooling on her?
We don't know. He wouldn't even admit that he fell asleep until she kind of pried it out of him.
She picked up on him pretty quick because she's like, oh my God, how long was I asleep? And he's like,
We'll
she's
never
like,
know.
the fuck, you were asleep too? And he's like, and then some small child is like, here, take this arrow. And she's like, oh, sweet, can I keep it? He's like, I don't fucking know, man. I think you probably should because as far as we know, maybe the gods are real. And the gods told this small child to weaponize you.
What do you think of this gift?
It's very thoughtful of whatever their god is.
Okay, you don't have any thoughts behind why she received it, what it could mean?
No, because I don't think the child knows who she is. Did you ever go to a service where they had the children do things? Like give stuff to people or present things?
Not really.
Okay. You guys never put on like a play or anything in church?
Yes, we did. I
Okay.
remember that we were all little angels walking around and handing out things.
Oh, weird. I never got that part. Okay, so I think this is kind of like that where they're like, here, there's just somebody behind this curtain and they're like, here, go hand this to somebody. Tell them it's a sweet God
Oh,
gift.
it's like a little kids event. Like
That's what I
get the
think is
kids
happening.
involved.
Yeah. They're like, oh, don't worry, the children will pass these out because I cannot imagine a world in which their God is like, the most efficient delivery system I can come up with is I have these gifts that need to get to these people. The only way I can think to do it is if they're all gathered in this small room sitting on pews and we'll have little people hand them out. Like, I think that's wild.
I was thinking of it more as a fate-based thing.
And I think perhaps that's true.
That it's not actually she is chosen, but fate is playing out.
I think that could be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means, though, a golden arrow, other than she's really good with an arrow. And that's how she's going to win the final game.
She's on target to get rich.
That's, yeah. All right, I like it.
We're making a pointed statement about value. Ayo.
Chapter 38, Selena dressed secretly. No, let me reword that. Selena secretly got dressed up for the ball. It was her and the...
handmaid.
Yeah, the maid who went and found the dress, helped her get ready, just doing all of this behind the prince and Kale's back, which I thought was really lovely.
Does she make you think of Miss Doubtfire?
No.
Oh, okay. Me neither. That's weird.
Miss Doubtfire, that whole scenario, no.
No, like
No.
the way she's like, hello, dear. Oh, you should really get out there. Be careful of the boys.
No.
No?
No, I don't think of that.
Oh, I imagine Robin Williams voicing that lady.
That's way more fun. No, I don't know what I was thinking about with this person. I think
What about in Cinderella, the chubby little maid? You know what I'm talking about?
who was a mouse?
I think that may be the case.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember that movie very well. That's the one with the glass slipper, though, right? Or is
Yes.
that the one where he kisses her to wake her up?
It's all of them.
They all need to be kissed to wake up. What's
I
he doing?
think so.
All these bitches are napping, and the only way to get them up, somebody get a prince. It's time to wake her up.
I don't know what I think of with her. I just think that it's really nice that there's someone with this attitude with Selena
I totally agree.
and isn't falling in love with her. So
We don't know if that's not true.
she probably is.
Perhaps the older lady is like, all right, I measured her for this dress. I know what she's got going.
Okay, no, that's not what I was implying.
Mm.
No.
She's like, I'll be turned to stone before you know it, baby.
Do you remember her name?
Marigold.
Nope.
Margreaves.
Philippa.
Philippa?
Philippa.
Dua Lipa.
It's like Philip with an A. It's
Oh,
how I
yes.
wrote it.
I loved your father dearly. You were named after him. What's your name? James, Jimmy, I like that. Philippa. Weirdly enough, Philippa kind of has an adorable little name to it, but I think it's because of the f and the la.
Yeah, it's cute. I like it.
Philippa. Ooh, it is a fun one. Just feel what your mouth does when you say it.
Philippa.
No, you're not enjoying that? I like that. It's like my tongue in my mouth is doing crazy stuff. A little circus of mouth over here. Sorry.
Philippa played it up in order to sell this point to the guards.
Way over the top.
Way over the top.
You better get going now. You're in big trouble, missy. The prince demands your presence. Now go on, get. She's like cracking a towel at her ass on the way out. The guards are like, what the fuck? She's like, I'm going to start throwing things. She's like throwing a lamp on the floor. Just, you're like, God damn it.
I guess when you sell it like that, that does give Miss Doubtfire now.
That's in my head. That's what was going on. And I imagine she has this big old tote bag. Do you remember the tote bag?
Yes.
Miss Doubtfire, which was probably like this big old luggage thing. Oh, hello, dear. I love that movie. I want to rewatch Miss Doubtfire. Oh, sorry. And then one of the guards hits on her.
Yes, I was just seeing my note, and one of the guards crumbles, and she's like talking about how he puts his arm out and he like puffs up his chest as they're walking down.
He's like, save me a dance, pretty lady. She's like, oh, you silly goof. Then she's like, but I will. She gets to know the guards' names. They're all kind of buddies. It's buddy cop.
Well, they've been hanging out for some time now, for like months.
I feel like that doesn't happen in prison, always. I mean, it might occasionally, but for the most part, I think prison guards are like not a friendly group with their captors.
Do you remember in
Captives.
the last town that we were at, there was a guy, I think that you worked with's wife, that was a correctional officer that slept with a guy for a pack of cigs?
Okay, so here's the thing. No, she paid him a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, so, but what I would say is, in the town we were in particular, this is not an indictment on women in the correctional officer community. That was one of like 4 times in 2 years that a female correctional officer got in trouble for sleeping with these criminal dudes. And I thought they all must have looked like that. Do you remember the viral dude? Very handsome fella. He got a modeling contract.
Oh,
Afterward,
yeah.
and
He was like all tatted, handsome modeling guy that
Yeah.
just got out of prison.
And that was his mugshot. He went into prison.
Yeah.
And everybody was like waiting on his ass to get out. And it's so funny because when you think about it, you're like, oh, he went in there for nearly beating his girlfriend to death. And everybody was like, oh my God, I'd let him hit it. And I'm like, I don't think you should say that. This seems very insensitive. But the female correctional officers in the town that we lived in, they were a part of that group. But they're just like, you know, every man has a flaw. What are you going to do? Like, that one's got a nice face and a pretty wiener. I'll throw him a cigarette and see what he'll do for it. Little tit for tat, if you will.
I just, when I think of that story, it's been 5-6 years, but I loved how messy our newspaper was because it's not.
I worked with that guy.
Yeah.
And it was messy there.
They
it
put
took him
it in
2
the
years to
news-
divorce her after that. I'm like, what is going on with this lady that makes that a valuable prospect? That's these guards.
Yeah, so they do
You're
get
right.
to know each other.
Okay.
Exactly.
No, get to know each other.
Get to know each other.
They're like, yeah, I don't know if you guys saw how much she likes candy. She comes into that room, and it's just a pile of candy and 3 dogs, and one guard looking at her expectantly. I heard the last guy got a smooch for 3 pounds of candy and a dog. What will this get me? She's like, go talk to the boobed lady Nehemia keeps throwing at the prince. Maybe she'll turn you to stone.
What do you think about her entrance into the ball?
It reminds me of the Zombies song, Time of the Season.
I'm on a real Zombies kick.
Are you? Band?
Yeah.
This is their only big song.
Oh, then maybe we're talking about
They were,
the same song. Nope, I'm getting it backwards. I'm on a real Cranberries, the song Zombie kick.
Yes,
There
okay.
we go.
That makes sense. All right, I buy that. This is very different vibes.
But you're talking about what now?
The Zombies is the band, and Time of the Season is the song. The band was completely manufactured in different members.
It's the time of the season.
Yo, Maas. Look at the lyrics. You don't have to listen to
I,
more of it, but
know this song. I got this
I
one.
didn't know if you knew all the lyrics.
Nah, probably not, no. But I know this one.
What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me?
And she's like walking down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I was at with it.
All the men are just drooling.
Yeah, do yourself a favor, though. Look up that band. Super interesting whole setup for it. Several different groups of people toured as that band.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
You know, ordinarily, so if I were to ask you about One Direction, you would say, oh, this guy's a member of that band, this guy's a member of that band, right? You, if you were a fan of them, you would know it, or the Jonas Brothers, all these other things. That band toured different places simultaneously. It's completely different bands.
Oh.
Just same name. Very interesting.
So they just have, okay.
It was an industry band
Yeah.
that instead of them licensing it to specific people, they just kind of had people that performed as that band.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's like
that's
19
a really, the word industry band.
Yeah, because they're not. It's not like an industry plant where they create this band that's really something. It's like, oh, we recorded this song as this band. Now you go perform that song as that band. At the same time, how would we make more money? We can do this simultaneously.
We can have multiple tours going.
Let's have 3 different bands, all being this band, simultaneously around the world.
Do
There's
they
no
keep
internet.
them like similar looking people?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I just remember at the time learning about this. It would be so weird if this is a different band that I'm talking about, and I'm just encouraging people. So it's for a
Just
band
false
that had one hit
information.
wonder. I think they were both British and American, though. Like
Like a British version and an American version?
Yes, the same song. It's so funny to me. Oh, so cool. Anyway, that's the song that's playing while she's coming down the stairs. And then she's just, I'm on people's like, they'll never know who I am because I'm wearing an eye mask.
I was very shocked that she walked in from the front. When the guards brought her there,
They announced her.
yes, they did a whole announcement. Or maybe they didn't. I don't know if they did an announcement. But I do not know that the guards dropped her off. And I was thinking what she was going to do is like, well, obviously, I need to now sneak in. I've now convinced the guards and just shoo them away. And then she would like sneak in through the side. No, she just walked in through the front.
I don't know how this works either. It's a big ballroom. So presumptively, there are a lot of entrances and exits. But without fire code being an issue, there's a good chance that you have one grand entrance
That's how I imagined
and then
it.
just a veranda.
Yeah,
But then how are people delivering hors d'oeuvres? Is there a kitchen on the side of this ballroom?
I would assume so.
Interesting.
We learn about a lot of there's like these corridors that are specifically for,
Serving staff.
yeah. And she even, I think, walks back through one of those back to her room to quickly get there. And then Dorian like shows up a few minutes later when she left that night.
I think you're probably onto it. You're
But
right.
that is a different path than the secret one from her room. That is like an underground tunnel version.
I think
So
you're
there's also servant ones, and then there's like regular walkway ones.
true. I'm on board. I like where your head's at.
But I was pretty disappointed with her overall mission.
Why? Would you want her mission was to partake of Yulmas. That was her whole mission this time. She's like, I want to make sure these two don't get murdered by Nehemia. And other than that, I want to be involved in Yulma's feast.
I think that she was lying to herself through a lot of this, that she was going there because of Nehemia. Because when Nehemia left,
She didn't leave.
she didn't leave and she didn't follow her. She didn't watch her. She didn't do anything like that. She's just like, well, all the more time to party now that the threat's gone.
She's never had a chance to be a part of something like this.
No, and that's where I was saying, I think she was lying to herself, like trying to convince herself, like, I'm actually here for a mission. But then when she gets there,
I would say mission accomplished. Nehemia wasn't there. She didn't murder those people. Well, she was there momentarily, and then she left. She's no longer threatening to murder the king and the main guard fellow. I would say it's fine. She did her mission, and now goals change. She accomplished that one. Next goal, have a good time. And what'd she do? She danced the night away with the prince.
before we get there,
Okay.
this is where Dorian,
The potential of assault was in the air.
she walked in front and center. Dorian spotted her immediately, which is good. Good for Dorian. Like,
Yeah,
she
saw
is.
through her guys, her clever guys.
Yes, he's like, oh my God, she's here.
What color is her
Breathtaking.
dress?
I don't remember.
I could have swore they said it was blue.
I thought so too.
Oh, good.
But I don't remember specifically.
In my mind, it's like that midnight blue. You know what I'm talking about? My favorite color. It's
Yeah.
blue
I was
purple.
thinking of a light blue.
Oh no, I'm thinking it's like blue purple with black accents.
That's almost like midnight themed.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. She's a goddamn assassin. She lurks betwixt shadows.
And in this moment, as she's walking down, Kaol greets her at the bottom of the stairs and walked her away, and the men gossiped about them.
Yeah, they're like, Captain K-hole? And a woman? Oh, no, he's too lowly and weird. A girl would never love him. And they're like, God damn. Well, I'd take a run at her. And then the prince is like, if he's dodging tatties, he's on his way to her.
I think that she wasn't invited to this and the past party because they were worried about her being an assassin.
Well, that's what they kept saying, but I don't think that's the case. I think they were worried about her being found out as to what her real identity is. The more exposure people had to her, the more chances somebody would recognize her.
That's fair.
She's a world-famous assassin.
But when she and Kaol he pulled her aside and he's talking to her, she uses that other person as an example of, well, look what they've done, and you let them come here. It's like, you got me. Fine, you can stay.
Which seems like poor logic if you think about it. Because that dude's not pretending not to be a thief.
He just is a thief, and he was invited.
Yeah, and she is also pretending to be a thief, but she is invited. I think it's less about her being an assassin and more about she's pretending to be someone else. Which she may not be the only one, which I think is wild about this too.
I didn't even consider that.
So this is my thing with the book. The book never considers this yet either. Nobody's brought up that there's a good chance she's not the only one bullshitting who she is.
I didn't even think of that. But yeah, was there a conversation that I wondered, oh, you weren't invited to that or the other party? It sounds like because you're an assassin, they don't trust you.
I think we're led to believe that that's the case, but I don't think that's the case at all.
And while they were talking, what is Dorian doing?
He's dodging daddies.
He's
He's over there trying to
dodging-
keep up appearances and not be assaulted by this woman who will not leave him alone.
Dorian's dancing with a woman with big titties, and he keeps catching a look.
What kind of dancing do we think they're doing? Let's paint a picture.
Because there's a castle and I have like a bit of a medieval theme, I think of that comedy.
Knight's Tale.
Yes.
Yes. And what's the song?
I don't remember.
David Bowie. Throw it in there right now. And it was David Bowie, correct?
It was David
Good deal.
Bowie. Golden Years, in case we had to remove the song out of this.
Oh, but you're right, it fits perfectly. But imagine, as that lady spin around, she's clapping her hands. He's like dodging. He's like, whoa, get out of here. Whoa, whoa.
I don't think that's the song that I'm picturing Dorian dancing with the other woman with. That's what I'm picturing the rest of their night going as.
Just that song on repeat?
Well, that type of vibe.
They're dancing
and
for hours.
hours and hours in her and Dorian. But then you have Kaol in the corner just watching them have this
What about
night.
every time we touch, try and get this feeling? What about that one? No?
Yeah.
All right. How
I
about some
don't,
Kylie Monique?
you're over my head with that one.
No, I'm not. You know it. We'll go over it
I'm
later.
sure that I know it. I
Yeah,
just,
go just search Kylie Monique. I'll cut it later. This is a very musical book. I'm so glad to be back in a musical book. I think Sarah J. Maas actually writes in a way. It's easier to assign music to these parts. You get the feeling music exists in her world.
I was going to say, I think that you've had more music references in Akatar and this book than any other series.
I agree. And I assign music to almost everything.
This is a medieval song.
Oh, they're dancing to it. This is what he's dancing to with that other girl. And then he looks over and he sees her and then he can't get her out of his head.
That's all the more reason that Dorian is not the man.
What do you mean? No, Dorian is. They're dancing to this. They're just having a good time. And then when the chorus of that song starts, he looks over at her. She walks in and he's like, I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, your love ain't something I think about. Don't you think?
You're adding so much more personality to this scene than there was.
No, I refuse to believe that. This is the scene where they've danced the night away and they've fallen a little bit in love. They've planted some seeds of affection, which can blossom into a beautiful bush of love.
Oh.
Butt plug, there's more. I mean, wait. There's a plug. Hey, while we got you, join our Patreon for early access to episodes and Patreon exclusive content like full nude videos.
No, definitely not full nude. No.
Oh, sorry, I misread that. Full videos. My bad.
We'd love to see you there, as your support will help us continue this podcast and creating content.
Butt plug out.
At some point, Nehemia speaks broken common tongue and she feigns illness to leave. And this is where I was a little disappointed in Selena for not leaving also, because you're feigning illness. You're like, I don't feel good.
Well, Selena's not pretending to be a doctor. She's pretending to be a thief. How the fuck's she going to help? Send her to the old, whatever it is, the sick ward.
And then I have, if Nehemia really didn't do that the other night, why would she avoid Selena? So by this point, I was believing that really was Nehemia who spoke perfect common tongue and was reading that book that was way out of her supposed...
It was definitely Nehemia.
It was like, I thought maybe she was possessed or someone could
but I'm adding personality to this book. You're turning her into a possessed shapeshifter?
I was so shocked. I was so shocked that Nehemia was doing that and that she was speaking to her that way, that she was acting this way. I was like, that's not her.
She's listening to Green Day as she leaves. She walks the lonely road, the only road that she has ever known.
Then Selena tries to invite Kale to dance, and he said no because Parrington was in the room, and that would upset Parrington.
See, and I don't know what Periwinkle's whole thing is here. Like, he's not dancing. He's not doing shit. He's not virile.
I feel like Parrington is the type of guy that would report to the king of what's going on in the castle. And if Kale is dancing with the assassin and getting too friendly, the king is going to find out, and that's bad. Similar to, he doesn't think that...
That's bad. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Makes me awfully mad.
Really bad for Dorian to also be dancing with her and falling in love. And that is what happens at the end of this night.
That's what happens with dancing. When you dance, you fall in love. Dancing is the physical embodiment of the heart. And I think K-Hole is one of those lame dudes that like, oh, he'll go out with everybody. But like songs come on. I have friends this way. I really appreciate these people. But they're not like, yeah, let's get down. You know, the music's coming on. They just want to sit there and drink. Yeah. And meanwhile, I'm out there like, I want to dance. I don't know. This made me want to go to a bar and dance. That's probably the only thing I miss about drinking. But
I am ready to break sobriety after listening to this.
I will go sober and we will dance. You get drunk and dance with me.
Well, that sounds...
Dance with me, Jonah. Dance with me. Come on, Jonah, dance with me. I like dancing.
But it made me really sad that she asked him and he said no.
Oh, almost like he's a piece of shit.
I was so excited for this moment. I'm like, he's going to say yes.
Maybe he's got 2 left feet.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're going to have a moment later where they privately dance.
You know the song, Shake That Ass For Me? You know?
Yes.
Get your ass on the floor with your 2 left feet. It's real easy. Just follow the beat. Don't let that fly girl pass you by. Come on. I can do this all day. I love this book so much. I'm getting so much enjoyment. I don't know how much of it is written in the book.
Kale comments that she has more handsome suitors. And I think he like gestures to Dorian. Like, you have better options than me. Like, quit toying with me.
Oh, Oh, poor sad male loneliness epidemic.
And she
Oh.
says he is handsome.
Yeah, he is. He's clearly a good-looking fella, and he's got a little bit of self-confidence issues, but maybe don't start with the gorgeous assassin. Talk to another woman. Because I think this is part of the issue. I don't think he knows how to talk to ladies.
No, I don't think so.
What I hope happens is perhaps he's involved with some other plot, and he eventually is involved with Nehemiah's plot, and he and Nehemiah commingle in a way. Because we also hear that Nehemiah is a beautiful lady. And maybe he's like, oh yeah, he's going to get with a princess. And that kind of puts him on more equal footing with Dorian. Dorian's the prince of this current place. And then he gets with the assassin lady. And then there's just two power couples just enmeshed.
I don't think there's going to be a foursome like you're implying.
No,
with your hands.
no, not a foursome. What? No, there's no pineapple nonsense happening.
Oh, I thought you said two power couples coming together.
They enmesh. The power enmeshes. The power of two powerful meshes.
Back on topic. Dorian interrupts and invites her to dance and says he couldn't stop staring at her. And I have ... and the titties.
He wasn't staring. He was just situationally aware. We've been over that. He was defending himself. Aikido or whatever.
Mentions he had to work up the courage to come talk to her.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, what took you so long?
He's like, you're so gorgeous. I had to dance with those other women to build up my courage. No. He had to talk himself into it. Those other women were not even a distraction. They were nothing to him. He didn't seem nervous about dancing with them. He was aware of the threat and still not a sweat on his brow. He works up the courage because she is so much more elevated.
Do you remember the flirty comment that they exchanged together where he said something about how he was punished with learning how to dance growing up?
Yeah. And she's like, fucking worth it, dude. You know how to cut up a rug. Look at you. He's out there. You know that guy who's been practicing for 30 some days trying to Dougie?
That one guy.
So
he's like
this is
day
what I
32 trying to learn how to Dougie.
And he's still,
By the time
he's got
this
no flow.
By the time this is releases, it's going to be like day 60.
He still will not have it figured out. That dude has no flow. And when she sees him doing it, she's like, man, you're on like day 600 of Dougie. Like, this dude looks like he invented those steps, right? Dorian's out there, smooth as whiskey being poured over silk. He's just nailing those moves. And you know the analog for dancing. The better at dancing you are, the better at sexy times.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the whole reason I learned how to dance. I was like, I'm gonna be out here peacocking, you know? So, yeah, you bust out. If you're just busting out the sprinkler and stuff, they're like, oh, this is just a guy that's just going to kind of stand on top of you. And, you know, he's got no flow. There's no magic. You know, he'd be magicless Mike out there. They just start calling him regular Michael. That's what that would have been. But because Magic Mike knows how to dance, you see all that smooth flow he's got. You know that Mike lays it down. That's Dorian. They call him Dick Slinging Dorian. Yeah, they do on the streets. That's what he's known as. Like, how do you know he knows how to fuck so good? They're like, you see him dance? That man can paddle a pink canoe wherever he wants to go. All right. That's what they call him. I didn't make this up. Dick Smith Dorian, or whatever I said before.
I think it was Dick Slinging.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, but see, that makes it sound like he's just throwing it to everybody. No, Dorian throws it back. They're like, he also knows how to treat a lady. He's not in a rush. He gets in the rhythm. Can you imagine? You know, that's why Seabat is what it is. That's fucking K-hole out here. He's got no rhythm. He doesn't know. All right. He's got nothing going on. The ladies are like, yeah, don't do anything any differently. And K-hole's the kind of guy to immediately change up what he's doing when they like it. But they see Dorian and they're like, Dorian knows. He's found the rhythm. She's responding. His body knows how to respond to her body. That's what dancing is. It's just two bodies talking. And you can do it on a floor standing up. Some people can do sex that way, but I can't. I didn't ever get that far into dance class. That's advanced maneuvers. Where you can do it just in the middle of a room among others. Maybe it's less of a dance class and more of a different dance than what I've learned. Anyway, yeah, you've never watched people salsa and you're like, yeah, if they fucked it would be magic. Like, that's the coolest thing about watching people who are really good at dancing. You're just like, oh yeah,
Anyways, back a little bit on topic, I guess.
All right. Sure, whatever.
Oh, I do have something about how she says how she points out it probably took him a long time to come talk to her because he has all the ladies lined up. He's like, I'm here now. Again, he didn't charm me.
He had to knock him down so he could get to her.
Chapter 39.
He would walk through 500 bitches and 500 more just to be the man. Then ends up dancing at her door. I don't have a good one for that.
In chapter 39, they're dancing and dancing. This is where we have hours of them dancing. And it's improper for him to not be taking turns with the other women. When you look at me like you're shocked.
I was still thinking of them fucking instead.
Oh, God.
So when you're like, giving everybody a turn seems like a dangerous thing to do. Just health and safety standard-wise. Penicillin is not invented yet.
And while they were dancing, or maybe he's having this little separate moment, Dorian thought about how they could never be together, but tonight it's okay. And
you know what song? We got tonight. Who needs tomorrow?
That's how he was acting. And that's so sad because it feels like he's stringing her along.
No, I disagree. I think they both are aware of what the world expects of them. And he's like, well, let's at least enjoy tonight. We have tonight. It's a good song for this, actually.
I took it as him being selfish, that he's letting her think that she has a chance with him when she doesn't.
Oh, she's got a chance.
Well, yeah, because he's going to break norms, he says. I don't know if I believe him yet.
I believe in him. He
Kale.
broke the norms of taking turns dancing with ladies. You know what K-Hole did? Nothing. K-Hole's like, oh, you're here?
He just watched.
Yeah, he was the cuck of the dance floor.
Oh.
And everybody's out there like, why is K-Hole in the corner like that? Like, you don't want him to turn around. He's like facing outward, but like his body's toward the corner and he's just beating it like it owes him money.
Stop.
Why not me?
Keltane had a headache. And
Oh, that's what she keeps telling Parrington. Maybe tonight, I have a headache. I need more opium. Oh, shit, I said his name. God damn it.
Oh, you got it right.
Ah.
And she thought that Lillian had to be taken out. That's when they had that conversation that she's going to poison her. And we
Yeah.
already went into that of what we
Yes.
think of it.
Paddywhack and her developed their whole thing.
Selena snuck into her room. That's where she took the little other corridor path when Dorian went to go get a drink. She's like, time to leave.
She got a little Robert Frost going.
And Dorian made his way there too, walked in her room together. I think like she was getting ready to open her door or close her door. He's like, excuse me. I
want
here
a little
now.
credit for my Robert Frost joke.
I don't get it.
The path less traveled.
Okay.
I think that's a Robert Frost poem. I don't remember. Damn it. Okay, so Dorian shows up and he's like, no, wait. Papa. And that didn't get you going? Perhaps his hand
No.
flexed on the door. Would that have interested you more?
I already had it in my head that no, leave her alone. Let her go to her room alone. And he didn't.
I don't think she wanted that. I think she wanted to be chased a little.
You don't. Maybe she did. I don't know.
I'm getting the impression that she's enjoying his attention.
She
Yes.
is. But she does. I do have the note that she did a great job setting her boundaries. I think that he came into her room and they're sitting and they share a kiss. Like this very intimate moment.
They share a kiss, indeed. No, you're right. I
Yeah.
like you worded that so romantically versus earlier, I believe I used the term dick slinging. We're getting very different vibes.
Well, I think they're having this flirty banter of him sleeping in her bed. She's like, well, what would that look like to other people? Even you being
He's
in
like,
my
why
room.
K-Hole's the only one that'll watch.
And I thought she did a great job setting boundaries of like, no, we're done now.
This is a no touching zone.
Do not cross.
That's it. And he like reaches toward it. And
I
she's
can't believe you crossed the line.
like, yes, exactly. He's like, I have the combination.
Oh my God. She whimsically looked out her balcony, thinking of Dorian, looking at the stars, while Dorian was down below, looking at her, think about Dorian. And that is how the chapter ended. And that made me so sad for Kale.
Do we think of pictures of you?
Up on the wall. Something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's sort of how I think of this moment.
I think I was thinking of it as him pining after her, of, I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I was like,
When love conquers all, is that because that's the power of Pine Sol, baby?
thought you were going into lyrics there.
Nope, I was going to, but instead the jingle got me.
Rather than doing references, can you share what you thought of that scene?
I didn't. I think in reference only. I liked the scene. I will admit, parts of me do feel bad for K-Hole in general throughout this, because I do think that he fights with feelings of inadequacy, and that does bum me out. But then I drowned those sad feelings with the happy feelings of, if you're going to pretend to be somebody in this whole situation, pretend to be Dorian. Dorian's life is fucking awesome. Like, he's great. He's well-read, articulate, intelligent, gets all the ladies. The lady that he likes, he enjoys a banter with because she challenges him, and that's something he specifically likes. So he kind of likes him sort of mean and bitchy too, and I kind of like that.
I almost wonder if every single girl that Kale has ever had an interest in, Dorian has swept her off her feet, breaks her heart, and then she leaves the scenario completely.
It sounds to me like K-Hole really should learn to get off his ass. If the girls who you're interested in are only interested in some dude because he's rich and handsome.
But for that time period, that seems pretty spot on to want to go after the prince
For that time period?
rather than the prince's best friend.
I'm going to be real honest. The only reason men own big boats is because women want to be on a big boat. There's no reason. And so I think this is still somewhat indicative of the current time period. But the ladies who are only into those things, you didn't have a future with anyway. I see it as he's protected K-Hole from these grubby bitches who are just trying to get after money.
To some degree, yeah. They weren't worth Kale's time, but I almost wonder if, I'm almost going to say K-Hole. I had to add that A into it.
No, I'll add some A into it, you know what I'm saying? Just throwing it back. I'll do like the Tina thing. I'm just...
Tina from
Buff's
Bob's
Burgers.
Burgers. Yeah, her little dance. I just wonder if he just knows it's not even worth it, especially when Dorian has an interest in Selena.
Okay, so anecdote time. Ryan has a friend who is incredibly handsome. Objectively. He's a super good-looking dude. He and I have been best friends since 5th grade. I liked some of the same girls he liked growing up. The running thing was always that he's the steak and I'm the sizzle. K-Hole could be the sizzle. But K-Hole doesn't put himself out there enough to be the sizzle, so Dorian gets to be both things.
But that's the thing. That's not a good analogy because Dorian does bring sizzle. Your friend, they would approach him because he's handsome and he would just look at them.
No, he tried to be the sizzle sometimes.
I know
you just have to out-sizzle him.
But you could so easily
If Dorian is so...
sizzle him because he's so bland.
Oh, not because I'm awesome? Jeez. Ice
Oh, I just mean like
Wow.
anytime that you share these
He's so
stories,
awful, even I looked good by comparison
Like-
eventually.
he would talk about you almost in this way. And I find it so entertaining how you guys would talk about girls in high school and whatnot. Because as soon as he brought them around you, they just enjoyed talking to you all the time.
Yeah, but this is my point. Dorian, if he is just this insanely handsome person that's drawing them in for all of these reasons, he doesn't have enough personality on his own to just be taking all of these women. If K-Hole put that effort in, get to know the women, that's half the battle.
I
Be
like
genuinely interested in somebody, and then K-Hole could do this. I think if K-Hole's just being whiny about it, that's a K-Hole problem.
I agree. I think when you gave the example of bring the sizzle, yeah, Kale is not bringing any.
There's no sizzle.
There is no sizzle to what he's bringing for Selena other than his looks. He looks nice.
He's very handsome.
But I think that I imagine Kale with like a military haircut, and I don't like it. But that's why he's not to his peak handsome potential.
You think he needs longer hair?
Yeah, and he doesn't have that in my head.
All right, fair enough. I don't know. I just think of it as Dorian has this opportunity. K-Hole has an opportunity just through proximity. Because that's the same thing with me and my buddy. I had an opportunity to talk to much prettier girls than I would have normally had an opportunity to talk to just because they were near me, because that jackass walked by them. He sprayed them with his pheromones on the way by, and I happened to be standing next to the guy sometimes. I was like, oh, this is great. Don't give him an opportunity to strike out. Make sure you're swinging first. Go for the fences, K-Hole. Don't be a dick.
You really got me to think more about what is Kale bringing to the table in these chapters. I thought he was bringing a lot more quietly.
Which is not bringing anything at all when you first get to know somebody.
Yeah.
I think this is sort of the thing with a lot of the, what is it? Like some of the movies where you watch where it's like this wish fulfillment of, oh, this sad loser doesn't talk to the girl because he doesn't feel good enough, so on and so forth. But this asshole guy who actually talks to him gets all the girls. And it's like, yeah, the wish fulfillment is that the girls are somehow bored with the handsome, debonair individual. Like, no. Look at, we talked about this guy the other day. My favorite James Bond is who?
I don't remember.
Pierce Brosnan. Arguably, I think, one of the most effortlessly charming actors ever. Super handsome fella, even now in his 60s. Maybe he's 70. I don't fucking know. I saw a picture of him the other day. I was like, Jesus Christ, get off of this thing. My wife's on this app. Like, get him out of here. But women are not going to become bored with Pierce Brosnan if he's relatively pleasant to them. His barrier of entry for maintaining interest is just lower. All you got to do is up your game. I don't know. I'm not like some sort of lady savant by any stretch of the imagination, but I got the best lady in the world. Like, I won. Nothing against you, friend. If you ever listen to this, the fact that you made it this far is fucking weird, but also, your wife is fine for you, but mine's better. We're fine.
Yeah, I think I was giving Kale too much credit for what he was doing. I just saw it as more pining and quiet and...
It's your mama bear instincts. You're trying to take care of him because you see him as a hurt bird.
In chapter 40, this is the next morning, Dorian walked into her room unannounced.
Oh, observing boundaries. Sorry, I forgot who I was talking about. Damn it.
Dorian.
Listen, my guy, what are you doing? This one, he fucked up.
Yeah,
he should have knocked.
Walked in.
He was hoping to see a boob.
She named the puppy Fleetfoot. I'm not a big fan of the name.
Well, maybe it should have been Lina. So our name thing could keep just dropping letters as we go.
Lena.
Yeah.
Selena.
We got Lena. Oh, we could have been Ana.
They have an awkward talk about their kiss. And she wanted to essentially just cover her face and be like, no, we're not doing this. And I don't understand why it was so awkward other than maybe it's that post-drinking of, after like regret type of thing.
Post-nut regret, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but like the drinking kind where you've been drinking, you regret a lot of the things that you did
the apology tour.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking their next morning was. And he's like, no, I want to talk about it. Did you like it? Did you not? Where are we at?
I mean, and it is an awkward thing when you're buddies. Do you remember our first kiss?
Yeah.
We were best friends. And then I finally convinced you to smooch me. And it was the worst kiss I've had in my entire life.
Yes.
And I'm sure it was yours too.
Yes.
Our first kiss was absolutely terrible. I would say our third kiss was probably the best kiss I've ever had though. By the time it got that far, the weirdness had to wear off. It took a little while for that to go away. And that's what they're fighting. They've become buddies.
No, it sounds like they had a great kiss. It was just more like, do we want to move forward with this? As for us, it was such a terrible kiss. I don't think we should be friends anymore. Talk is what we had afterwards.
Yeah, that was weird.
And then it was like, but I think I really like this guy. I think if we just try to keep kissing, we'll eventually have a good one.
Yeah, no, and it took a few swings, right? I mean, I'm not proud. I've never once had a kiss where I was just like, woof.
But I think for us,
I think
just
there's
want
a
to clarify.
similar.
No, I don't think there's a similar. I think for us specifically, it was because that was a huge boundary that we were friends, or at least a huge boundary I put up, that we were not romantic, and that was not going to happen.
It's a boundary that I had clearly also established, but really didn't think I was going to follow through with. And then it turned out my brain was like, nope, don't do that. That's your buddy.
Yeah. Like that's off.
It could have been less weird for me to kiss that good-looking friend I was just talking about. He and I might have shared a more magical first kiss than you and I did. We'll never know.
But yeah, they have that awkward talk. I don't really think anything came of it other than she's like, yeah, I liked it. He's like, yeah, me too.
I think it was awkward for her. I don't think it was awkward for him at all. He showed up in the morning to be like, maybe we could have another one. And she was like, oh man, mistakes were made. And he's like, but was it a mistake though? Maybe we just got to keep going.
After their talk, it cuts to a scene with the Duke and Caltaine. He doesn't know that she likes Dorian, because I thought that he did know this because she was watching him all night. He was interpreting her watching Dorian as in like, you see it too, Dorian dancing with her. That's not good, right? And
Paradiddle is looking at things from a much broader viewpoint than Kaltain is very focused.
She's like, I want this man.
Do you think she really does?
It doesn't seem like it sometimes. It's like in her head only, but whenever she outwardly speaks about him, she is always like, well, I'm not good looking enough. Well, I'm already to this guy.
Do we think she's an assassin as well?
No.
I think she's a part of the Assassin's Guild.
No.
Okay. Me neither then.
And at the end of chapter 40, there is a statement about his ring pulsed and so did her headache.
Mm-hmm.
They were like pulsing together. And he convinces her to poison Selena. Not that type of pulse. Chapter 41, Selena reflects on Nehemia's fluency in understanding the word marks. I'm surprised that she never confronted Nehemia about being fluent about any of this. She didn't share any information of when she saw Cain. Before we get to the end of this, she had that moment in the past with Cain choking, struggling to breathe. She tells no one. If she tells no one of her moment with Nehemia, if she doesn't confront Nehemia, she just holds on to this and moves on and pretends it doesn't happen.
I think that's sort of indicative of the way these characters start. Ordinarily, I'm going to really beat up on the fact that communication is almost always the biggest issue in every book ever, especially if it has to do with romance. And I think the reason for that is, what we can glean from that is every fucking romantic issue is cured with effective communication. Every one of them. I do think that this is a character flaw specifically written so that it can be improved later, is what I'm hoping for.
That makes sense. Because nothing really came of her thinking about it, and she didn't share it with anyone.
But who would she trust besides Dorian? At this point, she couldn't really trust K-Hole either.
No, she doesn't trust anyone. And in a book that she's reading, she reads that a beast can receive the victim's strength. Now we can piece together how Cain is getting bigger. I think it's called a Ridderak. I can't spell it, so I could be pronouncing it wrong.
A rickshaw.
Yep. She wonders if Nehemia wants a large rebellion of all the territories against the king, not just for her own rebellion, for her country, place.
Territory.
Yep.
People.
But all of them to come against the king. And she checks the tunnels. Stop it.
I want everybody to come against the king.
And she checks. That reminds me of, you said...
Battlefield Bukake.
No, you said a song lyric, and I felt so dumb that I never pieced it together. If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
Yeah.
I never realized what that was. Ever until
Sweet summer child.
And then you said it to me, but you said it so pervy that I understood. I'm like, oh, that's what that means.
That's kind of my superpower. Pervin on Adri.
Yo.
That's what I'm here to do. I will develop your understanding of the world around you through one small pervy moment after another.
She checks the tunnels and she found Cain struggling to breathe, and he was bigger. End scene. And that's the end of our chapters.
Wait, that was chapter what?
41.
Oh, yeah, shit. So it was. Bum, bum, bum. So how do you feel about that? You feel like Cain is, we've gone over his growth, right? Do we think that also applies to Dong? He's getting 15% of Dong width and length. I mean, he can get it all.
I don't know.
Maybe that was what will make him the most powerful beast.
I don't think I understand enough about it. I don't know if he is being forced to do this. I'm assuming not. I've said a few times that he's like, he sounds like a victim. Like, this is being forced on him. Like, he's not, if he has a master that's calling a beast and he has the ring. But I wonder if he is a part of this problem. But it's not, let me back up. It doesn't sit right with me the moment that he nodded to Kayal. Like, that I keep holding it on to.
I would agree with you on this. I think he and K-Hole are in on... I think K-Hole's in on something. I think he's a problem. But I think K-Hole's not necessarily an all-evil sort of dude. And that's where I imagine we're going to get character development from each of these characters. There's too many books for this to tie itself up neatly. And I think one of the ways that you can make this more intriguing is, rather than killing off all of the people whom we've grown to know in this book, is by making some of those characters enemies in other books. K-Hole is going to be a complex critter, I think, in the end. I cannot believe for a moment that he's a love interest.
All right. I'm probably making that up because I don't like Dorian, so I just picked someone else.
I think you might be right. Like, here's the thing. I can't believe it, but I think what you're getting out of it is so different than what I'm getting out of it that I'm like, oh shit, Avery could be right. And I'm going to be so bummed.
That.
Well, I'd love for you to be right on other things, but on this, I would be so bummed out. I'm like, man, Cahill kind of...
I would be so bummed if you're right that it's Dorian.
Would you still?
Yes.
Really?
I would be mad. I will angrily keep reading these if it is Dorian, just for the sake of I will now be the hater of the podcast, that if it's Dorian.
At least
really
it's
think
still
about
a man that you're hating.
Every single book that we have read, I have always just been on board, even through their problems. With Dorian, I can't be.
Well, you haven't really got to know him yet. So far, you know him as, you know...
a puppy killer.
Well, he's got a little gnome in him. That's for sure. A little Christy gnome joke. Fuck that bitch. Anyway. Yeah, I think you could be right. I'm hoping that you're not, because I think Cahill is worse as a character to love.
I think he's dry. I don't...
Oh yeah, it sounds like that's what we wish on this young lady. Please, love the man who's mostly useless. Doesn't stand up for you, has far more ability to, won't get out of his own comfort zone to make you feel welcome. That's not my man.
That's not my man.
That's not my name. All that was just to get me alone. It's a typical team, and I'm dancing on my own.
I see now why everyone recommends this book, though. This is really fun. I really
honestly,
like this.
Yes. I can't tell if the book is good or if I just really am enjoying the freedom and the atmosphere this book provides me.
I think so. The first 25% of the book, it was a little... I don't think I'm going to rate this book high, though, actually. Where I'm at right now, it's sitting at a 3.5.
Do we finish this book this week?
Yes, we do. We finished the rest of it.
I'm excited.
And we go on to book 2.
I am rating this book so far at like a 4.
Oh, you're higher than
maybe
me.
Maybe a 4.5. Just because I'm enjoying it so fucking much. It's not really about how good the book is at all. Like, I don't think this is the best written book I've read in the last even 3 months. I'm in the third Mistborn book right now. I'm halfway through. The third, which is the last of the primary trilogy. Then there's a sequel trilogy and a couple other offshoot stories. Anyway, that's a better written book. I'm enjoying that book. I might be enjoying this more than The Hero of Ages.
Wow. But is it just because it's more fun?
I think that's kind of it. And I think I don't have to feel guilty about the things that I don't like. I just kind of fill it in.
Yeah,
I kind of make it up. Yeah, I'm not going to be accurate at all. In the retelling, if I had to retell somebody what had happened so far in this book, it would be absolutely nothing like what the book is. But I love the absurdity of some of it. And I'm enjoying it in a way that isn't hateful, which is so different for me.
It's
actually.
I'm enjoying this book. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, as far as what my rating will be and enjoyment of a book, we read some good ones this last summer that it just can't compete with them, but I am having a lot of fun. I am going to read the rest of the series. I'm intrigued with the story. I'm intrigued with the characters.
I'm excited to learn about their economy.
Oh, no.
You don't think so? Like a little bit?
No.
Not even a little? Like,
No.
So we have this princess there. You're not at all curious how, when she was taken over, how it affected their economy? Like, did they Brexit the whole fucking thing? Or are we just moving over to dollary dues?
I hope we find out for you.
I hope that we get something out of this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The other one seems more about romance. This one seems more about fun. And we already have a magic monster if it takes 10%. It literally tithes people's strength. Like, I think that's so cool. I'm so excited for this.
Well, I'm pumped. We can finish our chapters now.
Hell yeah, we can.
I love you.
I love you.
You're my bestie.
You're my bestie. Thank you guys for supporting us. It's been a good time. If you'd like more,
follow us here, TikTok or Instagram. Fable, if you want to join our book club. Patreon, if you want episodes early.
Dropping on Tuesdays if you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Episodes are releasing on Tuesdays. If there's a 2-parter, it's going to be on Thursdays.
We accept 5-star reviews and nothing less. If you leave something less, you're a motherfucker.
No!
Oh.
Honest reviews.
Not that honest. Only leave a review if you're willing to be a 5-star honest person. Should we come up with something mean to say to him on the way out? I kind of want to pick on him.
No, I would say love you. Bye.
Oh, you can tell him that you love him.
Okay.
I won't.
Love you guys before Ryan bullies you out of here.
I'm fine with most of you. I love you, bye.